Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker, and Sally. Pika. How's everybody doing today? It's Friday. Finally Friday.
That means a damn thing.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Seemed like this freaking week just flew by.
I don't know. I have to disagree.
Really?
It has like it's been a
Drug on.
snail. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's just
Hmm.
for me anyway. Let's see.
Today's triple sixes just flew by.
Huh?
I'm rookie.
It's me.
It's triple sixes today?
It is.
Wow.
It is. Okay. I think I got the chat
Hey.
going. Morning, Hank. Yeah, it is. I don't know. It's just been kind of a with the whole. I'm assuming it's with the whole tax thing, and that's.
Yeah,
And then we
probably.
had storms last night, and Ringo, of course, even with his uh, supplement, he's still not sleeping. So he's just awake. I
Mm.
feel him every now and then. I feel him just kind of making a circle around the bed. You know, he'll kind of just walk the bed, and he'll come up around me, and he'll go up above my head and walk around, and then but I can feel him, and then finally he'll go lay down a little bit, and then he'll get up again and do the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
But that's life.
You would think, I mean, maybe besides that supplement, maybe you should give him something.
Something else?
Yeah.
Like what? I ain't got no weed, and if I had weed, I wouldn't be giving it to him.
Um, no, I mean like Benadryl or something.
Hmm.
Oh, you're crazy, Hank. I don't stay I don't stay awake for that long. Like, I mean, like last night by 10:30 I was in bed.
David.
I'm not like up partying all night long or anything.
Thrift, thrift daddy. Hey, it's a lucky day. We got triple sixes today.
um yeah, and I was up by, I think I slept till 6:30. Well, I hope you feel better. Maybe you just need to take a little nap, Hank. Sometimes we need that.
Naps
You know,
are
we definitely don't need it every day. I mean, there's people that take a nap every day
sure.
just because they need that. They need that little nappy poo just to reset
Yep.
during the day.
Sometimes I'll do an hour, you know.
Yeah.
Um Sometimes after I get off the show, I'm like I just get this kind of overwhelming feeling of exhaustion, and
Mhm.
I just have to, you know, suck it up, and
Yeah.
I'll lay down and I'll put my alarm on for an hour, and
That comes a lot with sugar too.
So
You're like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
nope.
But
I think it comes more with being tired. I think that is more of an effect than because I don't get much sleep. I usually get about 5 hours because I go to bed at midnight
that's,
usually and wake up at
that's
5.
nowhere near enough.
You know,
It really isn't.
no, it's not. I agree. Totally agree.
So you need to fix that.
Well,
If you fix just that thing, you might just pop yourself into um a whole different way of being healthy
maybe.
for yourself.
I
Just
keep
that.
saying, I keep saying, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start going to bed at 10:30, and that way, because now I'm on the 5 o'clock mode where I wake up at 5 o'clock every day, and if I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna have to go to bed earlier, so I can get, enough rest. Yeah, I put 666 in. I don't have any problem with that.
Who
It's just
who
a
are you
number.
watching, Hank? Is one of your doggies sick again?
Yeah, she said Rivers had some swelling under his jaw, and she had to make sure that it didn't close off his airway.
Oh,
She was up.
what? Why am I missing that?
Are you on Top Chat?
No, I'm on live chat because I checked.
Oh, it's up higher in the chat.
Oh, okay. I missed that part of it.
Bumcrack Picker, good morning. He said, I had a huge 9-hour super nap straight after the show, yesterday's show, and I've been awake since then.
Wow.
Well, at least you got some sleep. That's good. Got to get it when you can. Fishing and Picking says another win for Macari. They make it hard for dirty buyers to open false return cases. I had a buyer say I sent a game, but it was an empty case. Macari asked them for 10 photos. Guess what? The loser had the game disc on the table near where he was taking the photos of the package of the case.
Oh my God. People are so dumb.
He got a big old dumbass stamp on his
Oh my
report.
God.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
People are dumb. I'm telling you.
That's
I could do
crazy.
12, 14 hours. That's nothing for me. And used to whenever, I do wake up stiff, but I wake up stiff after 8 hours too, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that Rivers is having a problem. Do you think you got stung by something, maybe?
I don't know. Oh, nice. Fishing and Picking says Macari closed that return and gave me 5% off my next purchase.
That's awesome.
Better than a kick in the butt.
What would have happened if the game wasn't close to where he was taking pictures, though, so you could see it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you kind of have to wonder.
Devil's advocate type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say, the things that I've heard, I've never personally had anything going on like that. Knock on my desk, but um, I've heard really, really good things. Like they're they're better than eBay as far as returns. So
Yeah.
they don't just, you know, and on there it's the same way. You don't after 3 days you can't return items.
Yeah.
Um,
Which I think is good because when you give people too much time to think about it,
hmm
they start getting all these ideas.
They get buyer's remorse.
Yep.
They thought, man, I shouldn't have bought that. I'm gonna send it back. You know, get my money back.
Yep.
But and that's why I like to keep the you know charging for returns because people people do that. And you know, a lot of times with what they'll do is they'll realize that like they get an item, they don't like it or it doesn't fit them right or something, and they paid $9 for it. They're going to have to pay another $9 to send it
Mm.
back. It's going to cost them more to send it back than it is just for them to find somebody
Yeah.
to give it to.
Oh, well,
But
what's on me?
there's a lot of people that lose money on returns. But I did get all of my stuff that I needed to get done for the um, CPA yesterday,
Good.
and I didn't talk to him. I just dropped all the stuff out off, and so I'm assuming I'll probably get a call today or Monday, um, asking me about some things. But
I don't know what's going on back here.
my hair is like, we ain't doing nothing today.
Well, I washed it last night and
I think
that's
today
not
is
making
Calic
it
Day.
better.
Today is definitely Calic Day.
Yeah.
I have
It's
one right
it's
here.
the first day, so there's like no oil in my hair. So it's
Yep,
all spread out and fluffy and crazy.
it's okay.
Yeah, Hake says only memorable Macari buyer return issue I recall was the one where they bought a piece of paper pattern for making your own doll furniture. They said they thought they were receiving lawn chairs, like actual big chairs for adult humans. Macari approved it, saying I made it confusing in the title. Just funny how it was kind of annoying then, but not a huge deal, really. Yeah, yeah, my hair's doing big things, all right. Uh, but you would think like if you did you put like doll furniture pattern? You know what I mean? Like people people can should be able to see that it's a piece of paper that you're taking a picture of. You know what I mean? Like it's whatever, but you know what I
Well,
mean?
I've
Like don't be dumb when you're buying stuff online.
I've done that also, where
You have?
I was going to buy. I was buying one of those. Um, it's a like a form to put your necklaces on, and I
Yeah.
go to buy it. It looks huge on the picture. It looks
Uh,
it looks like it's like full size, you know. And I was assuming it was going to be this big, and I get it, and it's like this big. I mean, it's like miniature. I'm like,
like for a dollhouse.
nah, yeah. I mean, it was small. I mean, it wasn't necessarily something you could use, for the dollhouse. But
Oh my
heck,
gosh.
can you imagine thinking you were going to get big chairs for $15 free ship? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that makes you, that should click something in there that says that just ain't right.
Too good to be true kind of thing. It usually is.
Yeah, but
Hey, did you see that I bought one of those hippie soul dresses?
the what?
The hippie soul dresses.
Uh-uh.
Have you seen the ads on Facebook? It's for Top Hatter.
Um, I probably have, but I don't
But
remember.
it's like a long dress, like a tank dress kind of,
Uh-huh.
but the bottom is like asymmetrical and has a weird hem,
Mhm.
a hem to it.
Mhm.
So, and it's like a layered hem. It's really pretty. And I got on Top Hatter the other day and I'm like, I'm gonna get me one of these dresses. So you have to bid on stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then like you can be outbid. And I was outbid 3 times before
Wow.
I got one. But I finally got one. I paid $16, got free shipping on it. So
Nice.
I was happy. I was happy to get one, because I don't know. I've been seeing them and I'm like, oh, I'd really like to have one of those.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if it was coming from all the way from China or not. And that was a thing. And I was like, they were saying that it was going to be shipped like July by July 10th or something. So I'm like, well, that's pretty fast for, even
It's
if it does come
shipped,
from
but
China.
you may not get it till December.
Oh. Well, no, like
No, I
I was
mean,
I was supposed to get it by
okay.
July 10th or something.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's only like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, what am I gonna do if it comes and it's a doll-sized dress? I guess I'll send it to Todd since he's the expert on that.
Now I got you. Now I got you. You could send it to Emmy.
Yeah, I could.
or Kyrie or Mads.
Yeah.
I have to tell you this,
What?
and it may be offensive for people.
Okay.
So Tina took my granddaughter and my grandson to the Home Depot store. They were going to get some
So twins.
Home Depot or I don't know if it was Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. So I'm going to show you this.
It was the twins though, right?
Yeah, it was the twins. It was Kyrie and Kaden. But
Yeah.
this is Kyrie. So okay, I'm going to show you the picture. So here's her in the basket, and she's next to like this caulking stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to play the video for you.
Raise it up a little bit.
And she was saying that all through the store. All through the store, she was saying that. That's my granddaughter, Kyrie. She is going to give her mama a run for her money. I can
Yeah, she is.
So
I was telling Valerie though, they are so freaking cute. Even Kaden. Kaden is just, I mean, he looks like he looks like he's a rough and tough boy, but he also looks like he's got that sensitive side,
You know what? He doesn't like a lot of like three-wheelers, and he didn't like that stuff. He don't like fast. He does not like loud stuff. Like he doesn't like, he's not real a thrift seeker or a thrill seeker.
Thrill seeker, yeah.
Thrift. I wish he was a thrift seeker. He could
Man, Valerie needs to go thrifting back. You okay?
A frog in my throat. Oh, fish and picking, you didn't hear it. So it was, that was hilarious. Tina said, I was almost on the floor, like dying laughing because she was
Why did
saying
she
that.
say that though?
Because I don't know, something about the caulking stuff that was there, because she apparently asked what it was, and she said, I don't like caulk in my mouth or something, and it was like, anyway.
And then Tina started dying, and then she had to say it a million more times.
Yeah.
Because she got that reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, she said, I don't like caulk in my mouth, but of course it came out caulk. So anyway, sorry if that offended you. But yeah, those kids are crazy. They're crazy. And Kyrie, she's like, I'll do anything and everything, and she's not afraid of. If she had a 3-wheeler, she'd be on it like 24/7. I mean, she loves when they go to their grandma and grandpa's. It's riding on the 3-wheeler, and she'll ride with anybody. She don't care. But
yeah, that's pretty funny though. I'm glad Tina got that on video.
I know. Yeah, she called me right after. She goes, she said, did you see the video? And I said, no, because I was doing something else. And she said, oh my gosh, Mom. Oh my gosh. Too funny. I know, David. I know. It's a little offensive. Sorry.
Oh yeah, my ex-husband, he used to be horrible when the kids cuss. They even like praise him, like, what'd you say? And then be like, cracking up at him and stuff. And I would snicker, but I didn't want to like tell them that was a tell them that was something that I wanted to say, because I took my kids to church. And so I had Job back there. He would say fuck, and the whole congregation would turn around, and it was a little church, and they knew my situation, I'm sure, that I wasn't, I don't know, that I wasn't the one that would say it all the time, and at that time I was pretty innocent. And but it was horrible, because I didn't want them thinking that my kid was horrible.
Yeah.
Yep. Or that I that I couldn't.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he's only 2.
Right.
So.
And they have definitely, experienced the whole thing of, if you say something, your kids are going to say it too.
Oh yeah.
No doubt about it. And so you gotta be careful. I mean, even AJ, he was, at one point he was saying shit or something. Oh, he would even say MFer, and yeah, and they had to really tone it down with their, their cussing.
Yeah, I basically I would cuss, but then if I caught my kids cussing, I would tell them, you're not old enough.
Yeah.
You have to you have to take responsibility for your words. And if
He's
you say
probably
the wrong thing to somebody, you're going to have consequences for it.
sure.
And until I think Jonah was like 12 or something, and I could hear them in the living room playing video games,
Mhm.
and they were like, shit. I mean, shoot. And like, they kept, saying stuff like that, and then like saying other things to, and I'm like, listen, this is the way we're gonna play this. You can cuss, but you need to make sure you take responsibility for your words, and there's always a time and place for everything.
Mhm.
And if you're at school and you're in class, you're not going to cuss at the teacher. You're not going to, cuss at the students. You're not going to do that. You can get in really bad trouble, just like if you went to church, you wouldn't cuss in church,
Mhm.
because it's just not the right place.
Mhm.
And you know and I said, just like you need to learn how to control your words, just like you were around me. If
Mhm.
you weren't cussing around me, and so obviously you can control it.
Yeah.
So I said, you won't get in trouble for it at home. You don't call your mom a bitch
Mhm.
just because you think you can.
Mhm.
And you don't cuss at your parents. You have respect for your parents. That's all we need. You have respect for your parents, and you have respect for people of the law, and your elders.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's you know,
And they
we've
did well with that.
right. And that's the thing is that we were raised, me and you, we were raised as, there is no you don't cuss. I mean, we weren't even allowed to say shut up or,
No,
you know,
stupid.
anything like that.
Mm.
But you can assign, you can teach the kids, and we didn't know why. It was just, for us it was like, well, they say not to do it, we're going to do it, you know.
Yeah,
And if they would have explained it a little bit better and to give us, I mean, just like the whole respect thing, you have respect, you don't do that. um I don't know, it's just a different time and a different place. So,
yeah.
I was bad because I was a kid. We were picking cherries, and we were sitting around like a campfire or something, and it was we called him Doodle, and he was like the foreman of the orchard or whatever. And he said something like, "I bet you can't say damn." And I said, "No, but I can spell it." And my dad's sitting right there.
Oh my God.
Woo wee, man, my dad lit me up. Woo. Yeah, that was. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't say it, but I could spell it. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I guess I can't do that no more. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But, you learn.
And and you think, they're just words, but whenever you put, feeling and emotion behind
Hmm.
them, that's when they can really hurt people,
Sure.
you know. I, I tried to teach my kids a lot like that, like, try to make it make sense for them. No, you can't do this just because I don't want you to.
Just because I said so.
Yeah.
That's how
That
we were raised.
that and that right there is what makes kids rebel,
Sure.
because you say don't do that, you don't say that, then that's what they're going to do and say.
and I mean, even the whole cussing thing. I mean, they're gonna go in their rooms,
Oh yeah.
and they're gonna throw birds at you. They're gonna,
Hmm.
call you every name in the book under their breath, you
Yeah.
know. But I mean, they're not gonna do it to your face, but that's
Let them.
yeah.
Yeah. Come at me.
But yeah,
Yeah, that was
I just think me and Sally had a different way of parenting, and I mean, our kids still came out great, you know.
yeah.
So there's got to be something. There's got to be something to that.
My governor just extended the state of emergency.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and this may be premature, but I think we're headed for another close, another
Yeah.
shutdown. I
I
I don't
know.
know.
Our numbers don't look good either. That's the truth, Hank. I'm exactly like that. You want to like act out towards your mama. I definitely can. Oh, I just got an offer for something I listed yesterday
Nice.
on Macari. Yeah.
My Macari and my Posh have slowed down really really bad. But I haven't been giving it any love. I mean, my
Yeah.
listing for this week is just almost non-existent. Just because trying to get ready for taxes, and that's an excuse, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm using it. But I mean, now that that's over, everything's at the CPA.
Yeah.
They're handling
You
it,
don't have to worry
so
about it.
now it's time to get back on the wagon, get back to listing.
I like this.
I like that shirt. It's really pretty.
It's a dress.
Oh, is it?
I actually tried it on after I bought it. I brought it home and I tried it on. Um, and I was kind of hoping that it would be too long on me because usually they are,
Mhm.
especially if they're plus size.
Mhm.
They make them super long because they think that you're 300 pounds and 6 feet 5 inches tall,
Right.
So so they make them super long. And I put this one on and it goes all the way almost to my ankles. And I said, damn it, it's perfect.
Damn it! It fits.
I guess I have to keep it now. And the other one's
Um.
really cute too. I wore the other one yesterday and it's short,
Uh huh.
but it goes like right above my knees. And it's super cute.
No, those were the dresses that you got at Gordman's.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna try and go back there today to see if they're still open.
Addicted.
Well, they had a lot more cute items
Yeah.
and sellable stuff, that I can make money on. So,
Yeah.
and I got all kinds of noises going on in my head right now.
Uh oh. So I had to go back to the same town that I've been going to the last couple of days, Hiawatha, to take my taxes or take that information to the CPA.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I drive by the thrift store. They're open. There's cars
Yeah.
there. I was so tempted, and
Oh, I bet.
I just kept coasting by, and
Dang,
then just went the other way.
man.
I don't know how long this is gonna last, though.
You better watch out because you might end up not even liking thrift stores anymore.
That's scary.
Because you like are thinking that they're the devil or something.
So I was at where was I at? I was at the no, I was here. I was talking to Julie,
Mm.
and I said, "Did you ever find any more formula?" She's having a really hard time finding formula for Emmy. Um,
Still?
yeah, yeah. I guess
Wow.
the kind of formula that she uses is I guess highly used.
Hmm.
I'm assuming. So I after I went to the CPA, I went to Walmart because there was a couple of things I wanted to check out there, which I didn't find. And so I went to the formula area and they didn't have any. There was a spot
What
for
kind
it.
is it again? Do you
It's
know?
Enfamil Pro So B.
Pro Sobe. Okay.
Yeah. Um
I'll look today.
and I so I got I went, of course there's nobody assigned to that area, so I just went and grabbed somebody, and I said, "Can you check this out? Can you see if and of course he says, the first thing he says is, "Well, there's not a spot for it." And I said, "Well, I think this is a spot." And he goes, "Well, let me go get the scanner and I'll scan it up and see if, and that was the place, it was supposed to be, but they were completely out.
Wow.
And he said that we probably won't get any for 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. So I said, "Well, is there any way?" Because he had his little doodad phone thing there, and I said, "Well, can you check other stores?" And he goes, "Well, my machine doesn't do that." And I was like, "Okay." So he he went over to his little area, and I guess he started looking it up on his phone, and because you can do that. I knew you could do that, but I didn't. Anyway,
Right.
I guess he felt bad, so he looked up and he goes, "So there's some in St. Joe at at I think that he said there because there's two WalMarts in St. Joe,
Mm.
and there was formula at one Walmart had the formula. So and then in another direction in Holton they had some also. So I was gonna do that yesterday, and then I was like, I gotta get home.
Yeah.
She has one backup, one cam for backup, but it's really hard to find it. She can't hardly find it in the. So I might go today. If I don't go today, it'll be I'll probably go on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because Sunday I'll be going that way anyway because I have a Father's Day present for my father-in-law.
Oh.
So yeah, that was a long story for some reason. Yeah, I'm very coffee.
I want
So
some coffee. You said coffee, but I want coffee. Where's Todd at today?
well, gosh,
You better get you a
excuse me,
drink.
excuse me. It looks like it's just you and me, sis.
All right. That's okay.
But yeah, that's kind of what I got going on. I'm still trying to work on clothes. I still can't get over what that guy said. That CPA said,
I
"Well,
know.
you got all this stuff. Maybe you should stop buying and start start getting it listed. You're an
Yeah.
ass. No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, really. That's exactly what I said.
Really now,
Really?
is that the concept?
Oh my God. You should
Yeah.
have played dumb and be like,
I
oh, really? Nobody's told me that. I never thought of that before.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny. But how was your sales?
Well, I just had that Fago yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And then this morning I sold an extension cord for Beats by Dre for 15. And then I just sold a Nike top for 15 on Macari.
Cool.
So not too horrible.
No, I got 3 going out. 3,
Awesome.
I think. Yeah.
Not
Pair of
bad.
shorts I just listed a couple of days ago, and I can't remember what else it was. Oh, it was Abercrombie and Fitch. I can't never say that. Abercrombie and
Yep.
Fitch. And on the back of it, it's actually a pretty funny shirt. I'm gonna look at it real quick and tell you what it says on the back of the shirt. If I can get it. Let's see.
It's so crazy that it's already the end of June.
Isn't it? I mean, a couple more months and we'll be in winter again.
Don't say that.
So the back of the shirt says, Jugs Beach, skinny dippers welcome. If your goods aren't flopping, keep on walking. Don't be embarrassed. And it says EM, and then bare ass, and then ED.
Lovely.
Yeah. I thought it was a pretty funny shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it sold. That's good. Get it out of here.
Yeah. Brandon's getting our because when a couple of months ago I was supposed to get my tags renewed. Well, our Secretary of State has not been open, and so basically they said if they had a little thing down at that corner, and it said something like, all of it will be basically, it's not, you're not going to get in trouble, if there's something from the Secretary of State that you need and you're not able to get it, just like if you have your driver's license and it expires, then it'll be okay, basically. Anyways, so, but we wanted to get our tags, but we wanted to get the extension because there's an extension where you can get state parks, like a permit. And so we had to find the paperwork for that today so that he could take that down because they're opening the Secretary of State now. So he's going to get that today. Hopefully that'll mean that we go to the Higgins here soon. I don't like this piece of hair. It's like it's not exactly at the part, but it's kind of like on that side. I guess it depends where you, well,
Morning, Julie.
I just didn't part it right or something.
Yeah. So sales.
Do you give him what do you call it, Hank? The Benadryl? Because you can give them children's Benadryl and it's the same as I ain't gonna cut my own hair. It would be the same as as if what the vet gave them.
Right.
I should have something over here to hold my
Don't
hair.
cut it.
I'm not going to. Here.
It's supposed to be there.
Here.
A binder clip, Sally? Oh my gosh.
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
Does it need to be little? Here, we have a duck.
She said, no, I don't give them anything other than that. The vet recommended because they have so many pre-existing issues and problems. I thought about Benadryl last night, though.
Yeah.
I think even with, and I'm not a vet, but I would say even with pre-existing issues, a little bit of Benadryl is probably not going to hurt them. It's probably going to help them more.
Yeah.
It's going to relax them, and maybe they won't have as many hair flare-ups.
Right.
There you go, Sally.
Yeah, that's a duck.
Quack, quack.
Oh my gosh, where's everybody at today?
I don't know.
That is crazy.
I don't know. I'm gonna put the chat in for you, Hank, or the link in for you.
Come on, Hank.
It's open if anybody wants to come in. I dare you.
Ooh.
I double dog dare you to come in. Anybody. As long as you're not a troll.
Hi, Karen.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can't. I'm trying to excuses. So yeah, I'm still trying to refrain from thrift stores. And it's not, it's not killing me, and I'm kind of pumping myself up when I'm thinking about it, but I mean, I'm going to go eventually. For me, it's important to do this because it has helped me.
Yeah. And you have a lot of good stuff right now. I mean, right at your house.
Yeah. Yep. I do. But I am only one person, so I can only do what I can do to get it listed, and this week I have not tried. I mean, this week has been it's been a horrible week for listing, but it's a new day.
Hi, Maggie. Where you at, girlfriend?
She's coming in right now. There she is.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Is that a rubber ducky in your hair? Cute.
I found it on my desk.
But I know Karen. She said there's nothing wrong with going to the thrift store. Just be super picky. But that's the thing is I kind of I could do that, but I get I don't know what you would how you would say it. Like I could go to the local thrift store and I could be fairly picky. Um and now I'm to I've gotten better about choosing brands. You know, I don't
Mm-hmm.
pick up all the Maurices, and even though they sell, not saying anything against Maurices because they do sell. Um, you know, I'm not picking up everything in that brand. I'm looking at the item. I'm not just, saying, "Oh, Elaine Bryant," and then just tossing it in the, I'm
Right.
taking a very good look at it, making sure it doesn't have any flaws, make sure, you know, it doesn't have any puckering or, the cuffs aren't bad. I'm checking it out,
Yeah.
and I think that was my downfall before was I was just I was just buying anything and everything. And then I kind of freak myself out because I'm like, well, what if I get in there and everything's good? Then I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So
Lori's in the green room.
that's so that's what's kind
And
of holding me off. And then I'm really trying to complete this 1 month thing, just to
You can do
show
it.
just for myself.
Yeah. And if it's
So
important to you, then you need to do it.
I mean, we talked about not going to yard sales this morning because we've got this pile of stuff in the living room. But the bottom line is the yard sales aren't going to last forever.
true.
This is true.
And they're not, we waited so long for them to even start up that we're not going to deprive ourselves of the pleasure of just doing it.
Sure.
Mhm.
Like somebody says it, make hay when the sun shines.
Yeah.
You know.
Hi,
Somebody that
Lori.
doesn't come in here anymore. What's her
Nope.
name?
That's right.
Is her
We've
name
already.
Vicky or something?
Mhm.
Who? No.
So we hit
But
At
five
least,
sales this morning. Got two things.
wow.
I know it was slim pickings.
Well,
There's always tomorrow.
that's right. That's right.
Oh.
So
yeah.
when you get, I mean, Maggie, you guys don't have much of a death pile right now because you pretty much went through all of
Right.
that.
We only have what we just got
Right.
last week up in the city. So I've got some piles of books and some clothes. So yeah.
So how do you do that, Lori? Do you have much of a death pile?
Really?
She is a death pile.
Yeah.
so Lori, if you were gonna go to a yard sale this morning
Uh-huh.
and you got some stuff, say you got 20 items at the yard sale, would you put off all the stuff that you were working on before, and would you
Probably.
the new stuff that you just
Um,
got?
Depends on how fast it sells. If I know it's a fast seller, yeah, I'm going to list it right away.
Okay.
If it's something that's long tail, I'm going to work on what I have right now that could possibly sell within the next couple days.
Okay.
So it just
Okay.
depends. But it's hard not going to thrift stores and to yard sales because there's money sitting there that
Sure.
some people are just going to pass it up because they don't
Mhm.
they're not resellers.
Right.
Some of them go for the clothing and the baby items and stuff like that. And you've
Mhm.
got, you know, big box of video games sitting there. So
Right.
for $20, it's yeah, I want that. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to do it, even though I've got a whole back bedroom full. It's got shelves back there packed full of stuff that I've done from past cleanouts, plus this new cleanout that is sitting in my front room. So I mean, it's like next door.
Right.
It's like I know I have all this work to do, but it's hard not jumping in the vehicle and going to yard sales.
Right.
It's just and looking on Facebook Marketplace. It's
Hmm.
like I was talking about yesterday. It's like an addiction. You just can't not do it because there's money to be made, and it's better to be in your pocket than go to somebody else.
Yeah. And
So,
it's not always going to be, like I said, I think we are headed for another. I don't know how it's going to work, and I
mhm.
know that it's going to be crazy, but I think we're headed for another shutdown.
I think so too.
I
I-
think we are very close to that. So I mean, this year was a complete. Uh, you could you could tell that. Thank God I had a death pile.
mhm.
You know, with a lot of people.
It's
They
like
were like,
stockpile more than a death
yes,
pile. It's a
yeah,
stockpile.
yeah. It's just like you didn't have to go out,
Hmm.
and you could keep your business running
Yep.
and running, and supplied, very well because you had all this stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely.
What
And I'm
Uh,
really
still gonna
makes
go
me
do. I'm still gonna do the thrift shops. And as long as they're open, you
yeah,
know, and the yard sales. Do it safely with the masks and stuff like that.
sure.
And Governor DeWine just requested that everybody in Mason go get tested. And guess where I
Really,
live?
um
Guess where I live? I live on
Mason.
the outskirts of Mason, but that's where we frequent stuff. Because it's
Right.
That
you, everybody
everybody
in
get tested?
yeah they're putting up testing sites to go get tested
Okay.
for free. So it's like, do I go get tested? I feel fine.
Yeah.
But so I'm just gonna stay in my little bubble and just wait till it blows over a little bit. So we were going to do a Father's Day thing for Teresa's dad, and we found out that her two of her aunts have it, one of her uncles have it, and the one aunt is like a social butterfly. She goes all over the place. So
Mm,
I'm like, I'm not going, and she said, no, we're not having it. So we're not going to go. I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
So
better be safe.
but yeah, if I can get to local yard sales or even do Facebook Marketplace where they do porch pickup where they set it out there and then you leave the money. That's what I like
yeah.
to do, where I'm not in any contact with humans, or dogs or anything that could carry it. But um, so it's like I like doing those, and I've been getting some good deals. I've got enough DVDs to list to last me probably for the next 3 months. So I mean, we're good with that. I
I
have a
was
stockpile.
I
So I
was
didn't
so
have to go buy
amazed.
that Gaylord full. I went and bought it in bulk buys.
I
But
was
Sally,
amazed yesterday because we went to dinner and we sat right underneath the TV, and so the news was on and stuff, and we're still averaging 26 deaths a day.
mhm.
And it's like, how, for me, like, if we're still averaging that and it's true numbers, how are we open?
Yeah.
Have they come
Well,
up
where
with
are the
another way
deaths
of
occurring
testing?
though? Are they in the nursing homes? Are they?
Oh, it's taking nursing homes around here down like crazy. I mean, our Lebanon nursing home
Yeah.
just, 10, 15 minutes from where I live had 53 cases.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, wow, that's not good because it's not that big of a nursing home. It's not much bigger than Teresa's, and they
And then
have 50 some people in their nursing home. So,
Yeah.
and the nursing homes have been cut off. The nursing homes have been shut down. People haven't been able to go in there.
oh
So
yeah, we're still not allowed in them.
if they're catching cases, they're not catching it from people
They're
going about
catching
their
from
business
workers
on the
who are
outside. What's
right.
that?
They're catching from the workers that are going
Yeah.
out and still living and doing things on a regular basis and
Yeah.
bringing it in. Now, Teresa's nursing home, they guard the door constantly. They have somebody with a thermometer, and if you have a fever or a cough, you're not coming in that building. You will not be allowed in that building, no matter what. If you work, as long as you work there.
The
Um,
workers.
I can't go in the building. Anybody that's non-working cannot go in that building. I
Oh,
mean,
she
they
said
even
cough. You said cough. I
cough.
thought you
Yeah.
said pulse.
No.
And I was like,
You can't come in if you have a pulse.
let me think about this for a
Yeah,
second.
they only want zombies in. They only want zombies in there, so they're better workers because they don't complain. Might lose an arm every now and then, but
Oh
I
my
mean, the
gosh.
problem is you cannot keep the country shut down forever. We
I
just
understand
Yeah, you
can't
can't.
do it. But
if we're having so many deaths a day, we're past 2 million in the United States.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the world map that they show for the coronavirus? The United States is completely red. It used to be just little dots all over, and it's complete. There it goes. It's completely red, and then throughout the rest of the nation,
That's her
it's
washer.
just little dots everywhere. Yeah. He's
Heading
trying to
down the
get
hall.
loose. Yeah. He's going on strike. He's gonna walk out the
Wow.
back door in a minute.
You're working me too hard.
I
was it
bet.
today?
Oh my God.
The deaths in the United States are at 120,000. Let's see, 2.23 million confirmed cases, 699,000 recovered, 120,000 deaths.
It's just.
And
It's
I think they said
unreal.
over almost 60% of those are in nursing homes and those types of places, which is it's sad.
Jake said she thought that the whole apocalypse was at Lori's house just now. Anissa, be careful. She said, I
Almost
won't
died
die driving my car.
I don't know. I think we need to be prepared for.
I think you may be right about another shutdown.
Yeah, I think so. I see it coming.
I've not been watching the numbers. And so
You mean-
whenever I seen that yesterday, I'm like, I thought we were better. I thought we were, way more advanced than that,
Yeah.
in this.
The
and
thing
not
is,
having as many.
as a percentage of, I think what's happening is it's kind of spreading outward. People are saying this is the second wave, and then some other people are saying it's the first wave, just spreading outward from the New York, New
I think
Jersey
that
kind of
that
area.
is more realistic.
And in the very in the very beginning, they said it's a disease, it's very spreadable, so and it's not. So the idea is you have to shut things down to keep the hospitals from getting so overwhelmed. But the bottom line is you're not going to stop people from getting the disease. It's just, and for 99% of people, they get it, they get over it, it's done with. So I think you just have to be really, really careful.
Yeah.
I read about that. There was a big story a few weeks ago about two hairdressers that went to work sick. They followed the social distance, they wore their masks and everything, but they needed to go to work. So they went to work sick, and they infected 170 people, or they exposed 170 people.
Yeah.
And weeks later, of those 170 people, one person actually came down with the COVID.
Wow.
So I think if the proper precautions are taken, but now there's this war on the masks. So people don't think the masks are like a sign of oppression or something. I mean, wear the mask. I've got no problem with wearing the mask.
Yeah, I don't have a problem wearing the mask.
Went into a thrift store the other day. They took our temperature,
Yeah.
And then, everybody else is in the store with you. It's just a little, not to say they don't have it and aren't pre-fever, but you know what I'm saying? It's just a little more level of
I wear a mask, and I carry a little pocket-sized sanitizer, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that. We go to Kroger's, go to Aldi's. Anytime we go into a store anywhere, I wear the mask.
Yeah.
I don't like wearing them either, but I wear it.
No.
So
It fogs up my glasses.
It messes up my lipstick.
this is
Well, if you wear a mask, you don't have to wear lipstick.
Well, that's true. I went out this morning without the lipstick. I just put it on for the
just carry the lipstick with you when you come back out, and take your mask off. Put your lipstick on real quick.
So I have a scenario for you. So if, say, you go out, anywhere you go, you wear a mask, you are using the hand sanitizer, whatever you do, you're very careful about, whenever you go out.
Mhm.
Uh, you come down with corona. What does that? Because I think that happens to a lot of people where they're
Mhm.
very careful. They're staying in. They're wearing the mask when they go out. What happens? I mean, what would you think if you came down with corona after you've been so careful?
Personally,
What?
I would think that it was on something that I picked up from outside.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that would be the
Maybe on your shoes,
shoes, anything. It could be on
clothing.
something at the store, a jar of pickles. You don't know.
And
So I
you've
mean,
got
it's like it's
to,
ridiculous, but it's
you could,
also scary at the same time that you're taking a risk when you go out.
Hmm.
And but if you, to me, I mean, we're doing everything they tell you to do, but I think you're still apt to get it because it's no different than the flu or SARS or MARS or whatever they call
Hmm.
that,
I
or
just got
bird
a
flu, H1N1. It's just this is a worse
right.
strain that they've ever seen of this type of respiratory issues,
Yeah.
sickness. So,
let's say, well, ain't that some shit?
There's this, there's this a school of thought too that if somebody in your household gets it and you're in all the time and you're not getting out, that you're more likely to pass it along to all your family members than if you're more active and going out. Like, and also a lot of hospitals are now accepting doing elective surgeries,
Right.
and people coming in are being regularly tested, and they're being counted as hospitalized COVID patients, even though they're not hospitalized for COVID. They've come in for some reason and were tested by the way. So,
Right.
I
I
was
think,
thinking, what if COVID was sperm and it could be breathed in or inhaled
Sperm.
or
sperm.
okay, so it would be like getting pregnant
What the?
after
What
what are you
the
saying?
hell? What are you?
not,
What?
Is that hair clip pinching a nerve up
it would
there or
be like
what?
sitting on a toilet seat with sperm on it
And getting pregnant.
and getting pregnant.
What?
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
That's pretty far fetched.
well, yeah,
That'd
but
be
like
some really active sperm to be
Yeah.
sitting on
Really
that toilet
strong
seat
sperm.
and wiggling its way all the
That's
way.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Super,
sperm. Ooh.
super natural sperm. Yeah.
it was just a thought. No, but like, like if you've been so careful or whatever not to get it, and then you get it, it would kind of be like being whatever,
Being
being
careful and getting
careful and
pregnant
then getting
anyway.
pregnant anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be right back.
Except Maggie's face. Your face whenever I said that was funny.
That sperm literally said, "I come to pump you up."
I don't know.
I know. Yeah, immaculate conception. That's what I was thinking.
You
But
know how
it's
they were talking about
happened.
having issues with the respirators? Why couldn't they use CPAP machines and hook up? Because they're talking about how you can hook oxygen to a CPAP machine. Is it because of the way that the respirators emulate the lungs, or
Yes.
I just
But
wonder.
I heard a really cool thing too um that UV light is supposed to be doing so many amazing things, with COVID and everything, and keeping people from getting it. And I guess Donald Trump said something about like that maybe he had heard something, but why couldn't you take take one of those UV lights and go into the lungs and cure it. You know, if you can cure that with you know, what's going on with the lungs and everything with a UV light, why couldn't you just go right down into the, you know, where you're being intubated, you know, go right into that tube and cure COVID like that? It would make sense to me, but I mean, maybe you can't put anything in
I don't.
anything else
Crazy.
into the intubator or whatever, the intubating tube. Hank says, when we were digging the ground and leveling the other day, I was like, oh my God, look at our crop circle. We're going to have aliens come here first. I don't know if I want that. What if they're giant snakes?
I mean, they're doing studies with the UV light
Yeah.
that it has the ability to degrade like the 96% of the virus within seconds of exposure to UV light.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't-
Which is one reason why people should be outside.
Yes, people need to be outside.
Mike says they have a UV light already on a tube.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Mike.
Giant dicks. That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
That would be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you would think. I think this is going to be a couple years deal. You know, what's going to happen with school children? Fisherman Pickens said where he lives at, they're not going to allow junior high and high school kids to go to school at all.
That's, to me,
It's
that's
all going to be
crazy.
online.
That's just crazy.
And you
I
know,
don't even see fishing and picking.
only having elementary school children go to school, but what would be the difference? I mean, you might as well have all of them go to school. You know, some of them are going to. I don't think anybody ever thought that this was going to happen. As bad as it has, you know what I mean?
No.
How many changes we're having to deal with. You know, I don't even have school, you know, grade children, but
yeah, Julie says she hopes AJ gets to start kindergarten.
Yeah, have you heard anything, Julie, about, you know, whether they're even going to be allowed to? I mean, I don't know if they've made decisions on that, but it's already, you know, the end of June, so you would think that they would be coming to a decision on whether they're going to start, you know,
I believe Pennsylvania and New Jersey schools are going to be starting in the fall.
Are they?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, they'll reopen in the fall. There's just going to have to be changes, I think, you know, and children are the least susceptible to it. And of course, you have to make sure it doesn't mutate or change in some way, but children, you know,
I also heard, and this is coming from a scientist that is, he used to work at Evergreen College in Washington. And he said that if you, okay, so like UV light is like, you know, what kills, you know, some of the virus and stuff. Well, if you stop going outside and what is it? Like if you the virus can learn how to change. So like if you aren't, yes, and if you aren't going outside, regularly, the virus can learn, how to adapt to people that don't go outside regularly. And so they, or, and so it will change.
Yeah.
The virus can change like that and mutate.
Hank.
Yeah. Yep. That's why. That's why, Hank. Yeah, it mutates.
Yeah, it mutates.
But
Well,
it learns.
it's mutated. It's mutated several times since
Yeah.
being, just here, or coming from wherever it came from. I mean,
Yeah.
it's mutated several times. So, I definitely think that's an issue, and I think that's,
If you're looking for something to listen to, the Joe Rogan podcast had on, oh gosh, I can't remember what his name is. He's a science teacher, a science professor at Evergreen College in Washington. I'm gonna look up his name. But he's got some crazy ideas on what's going on with that, and he's smart, one of them smarties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brett Weinstein.
He's not sounds like a smarty pants.
He's super smart. Yeah, I bet you that's where he's at too. I bet him and Gwen went looking for some deals.
Yep.
There you go. I put the link in the chat in case you want to save that for later.
Yeah, I'll go over and take a look at it. See what it's all about. But I don't know. It's a crazy year. We'll all remember this. And
Yeah.
Definitely be one that goes in the history books.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, and there are some things that'll never go back to the way they were.
And hopefully they can take this experience and change things for the better, with just in case something like this happens again,
Yeah,
that
you would hope they would use it to prepare.
that they have a protocol set in place, like this is what we're going to do. And see, to me, I don't think it should be by state. I don't think it should be the president himself that says we're going to do this, this, and this. I think it should. Oh, what is my computer doing?
Come back, Sally. Come back.
Oh gosh, I don't know what it's doing. Anyways, I don't think it should be the president himself that says this is what we're going to do. I think there should be a team, and
That's true. That's true, Hank. We couldn't get toilet paper for nothing. It was non-existent. We had to start using some leaves.
The great toilet paper shortage of 2020.
Hey, I have a t-shirt that says that if you want it. Anyways, it says I survived the toilet paper crisis of 2020. But anyways, I think there should be I don't want to say like take away the rights of, the states and stuff. But I think there should be a protocol, and I think it should be mainstream. I think it should be for all of the states, because when you get states that are doing, this and this, and then this other state over here is, wide open, and then you have the airplanes open and they're going,
Right.
from state to state. Nothing matters when they're
Yeah.
doing that.
I
Right.
think the
So
problem is, part of the problem is, if it had been there had been another president in office, there may well have been a more nationalized. But there are some people who were not going to do anything the president's advocated for. I mean, they just weren't going to. So that there's such a division in the country that there's not, he said we're going to do it this way, and the states kicked up a fuss and said, no, we're not doing it. We're doing it our way. And the way our government is structured, they have the rights to do that.
Yeah.
And then I feel like there wasn't a consistent message of what to do. The World Health Organization said this, and then they said that. The CDC said this, and then they said that. They said that masks were useless, don't use masks. And now they're admitting they lied about that because they wanted to save masks and those kind of things for healthcare workers. So now you've got people saying, there's just such a big division. And another piece of it, I think, is that there's actually scientists on both sides of the question of shut down or not shut down, but we didn't hear both sides.
Right.
yeah,
So we only heard one side. There are actually countries that never shut down, and their numbers in terms of deaths aren't any worse than ours. Not saying that they're better than ours, but they're not worse than ours.
Yeah.
So there's just so much conflicting information, and we no longer listen to both sides of an argument anymore. We just don't, because it's not presented to us by the media.
yeah,
Not
They
presented to
tell
us.
it. They tell us what
Yeah.
they want us to hear.
Right.
mhm.
You know,
What they want us to
it's on
hear.
That's
on
the
a
really hard part
what is
about it.
what is that? It's on a need to know basis, but we only hear one part of it,
Right.
one side.
Right.
Yeah,
So imagine had they told, and the first they said to us, the disease it's going to have to run its course. It's going to have to go, but it's so virulent, it's so contagious that, unlike the flu, this could really seriously overwhelm our hospitals, and we would have to make life and death decisions on who would get treatment. That's what we
Right.
were told.
Sure.
So 2 weeks to slow the spread, 2 weeks not to control, or not even to lessen any deaths, but to spread it out so so that everybody can get treated. And okay, so it's been 3 months.
Yeah.
Some hospitals had to close down entirely for lack of patients. Some
Mhm.
hospitals had to furlough workers. So now it's 3 months down the road. Even the cases where it's rising, like in Florida, it's not rising to the level of overwhelming the hospitals.
yeah,
And now they've got more equipment, they've got more knowledge, they've got more drug trials going on, they've got more information,
Mhm.
but they're still screaming and yelling, cases, cases, cases. It's not, they're lying to us, and they're changing the goal, and they're changing things as they go along
Yeah.
for whatever reason, for whatever reason. And now
Yeah.
it's, they're targeting the states that have opened up,
Well,
that
I
where the
think
cases are rising, but that was to be expected.
yeah. I think we shouldn't be. I mean, yes, it's a concern of how many people are in the hospital, but I think it's more of a concern of how many people are that have it and are, amongst us. I
Right.
mean, you don't know.
You don't
I
know.
mean, you don't if somebody has it and they got to go get milk, they're going to go get milk. And they're going to, but you don't know who has it and who doesn't. So,
I just looked up. I was gonna get this Fago ready to ship out. They're in Michigan.
What?
which is crazy because they spent $8 on a bottle of pop. Okay. They are in Wayne County, which is the same count. I think it's the same county as where Job's at.
Okay.
Like Grand
Rapids?
Rapids area.
Uh-huh.
But maybe they're not able to leave their house.
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
maybe that's why they really need some wild cherry or some black cherry Fago.
But I mean, that's the way you have to think because maybe they can't. Maybe they're homebound. Maybe they, um, maybe it's grandma and she just has a hankering for, some Fago
Oh,
or something. So yeah,
I was surprised to see that they were in Michigan.
yeah, that's pretty
Really
crazy.
surprised.
Yeah, I mean oh dang it, somebody wrote in this book. Yeah, there are people who are just and we tell people if you're have illness, if you have, if you're vulnerable, stay in, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy world out there right now, and we're going on. What is it? I mean, it didn't we didn't really start doing anything about it until the shutdowns and stuff, which was in March. But I mean, this has been going on since January, February. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we're going on close to 7 months here of this. you know I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. We had some thunderstorms last night and some rain, and it's raining right now. So hopefully, uh, I'll be able to stay in and get some listing done and get my momentum back up is the goal. You got to get that going, get my numbers back up.
Okay.
Got a few little projects for the weekend. I'm gonna work on my inventory room and try to get that all squared away and get it organized. Um, I got to get another rack set up for my clothing inventory. So I'm going to try and work on that. I have
You
one
still
last rack. That's it.
how much do you have listed? Like how many eBay listings do you have?
I have 2,200
Wow.
2,200 listings. So, and and I am I'm okay with that. I feel like the more you have in your store,
Oh
the
yeah.
the bigger the chances are that you're going to sell the item. So I yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Um, so Hank says, "Oh, the other day I saw the shade cloth. I don't know if that's what you wanted, but I think it was at Home Depot online or something for the outside area." Oh, hmm. Yeah, what I'm actually, I mean, that would work because I could just put it, that would be another option, maybe to put like a uh, almost want to say like a screen, but or a netting or some sort, over the open area of the. But I mean, originally I was thinking like um, just those shades, like the bamboo shade is what I was originally thinking. Morning, Texas Val.
Morning, Val.
But I just don't. I don't want to. I don't. I don't want to invest a whole lot of money into that, especially if I'm going to be leaving. So um, I had to rethink that a little bit and decide that that probably wasn't the best. It would look good, and if I was hanging around here, then it would be great. But yeah, probably not so much. Yeah, it looks better than a tarp. But just one of my harebrained ideas. So what's that say? Yeah.
I'm working on another FBA box to get out.
Are ya?
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah. Get rid of all the books.
I need to get back into that. I probably got. I think I have 100 and something items over there. In Amazon right now. I think 140 items or so.
Did anybody else get a message from Macari?
No.
About
Well, I guess they changed a few things about their website.
yeah, they changed their listing page. I really like the new one.
They said that the chat is better, that you no longer have to like leave the page to go into to chat with a buyer or seller. What else they were saying?
They're making some pretty good strides as far as making their website better, which has taken a long time. I'm kind of surprised how long it's taken them to make it better, but
I guess those things take time.
yeah, I mean, and maybe it's usage. If there's not a lot of people on the site and using it and selling on it, then there's really no reason to I guess upgrade it. But yeah, I mean the things that they've changed have been amazing.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Maybe it was just they had to get somebody in there that was able to do it. Maybe they had to make some investments and hire some people to be able that were able to do that. Right, Hank. It's like they heard us.
Well, I don't want to say anything. I was going to say, wow, a platform that actually listens to their sellers, but I don't want to talk bad about eBay. I don't want a box full of roaches ending up on my doorstep or anything.
Oh, God.
Make it to where you don't get no sales.
This is turn you off. Morning, Rita.
I had another Etsy sale yesterday. I was really happy with that. An old book.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I was going to say something else really interesting, and now I can't remember what it was.
Well, and that's the thing with, um, when you have different sites that you're selling on, you can you can get more eyes on your items because a lot of
Yeah,
people don't go anywhere but Etsy
let's see. Right.
or Macari or Poshmark or eBay. I mean, there's a lot of people that are just on one site, and if they can't find it there, then then
They
and
will
I don't
look
know what the
elsewhere.
reasoning is if they don't know that it exists, or if they just don't want to get into um, buying from another site, or they don't trust the site, or you
Yeah,
know,
I don't know. I had this book listed for over a year on eBay, and
wow.
then it sold within about 2 weeks of throwing it up on Etsy. So yeah, I was really happy. Somebody else posted in the squad Facebook page that they got an email from eBay about the managed payments that they have registered, and now they got their email giving them more information now that it's getting closer to July.
Mm,
So I'm assuming we'll all start hearing directly from eBay.
Hmm.
She said it gave information about, I mean, I haven't gotten anything, but if you register for, oh, Diane Matthews, if you register for managed payments and awaiting conversion, look for an email with the subject line starting late July. It has a lot more information about managed payments and a link to even more information.
hmm.
So that should be coming through soon.
Yep. I mean, might as well do it.
I think you're going to have to do it anyway. I think you're going to be pulled in anyway.
Sure.
You're just not going to get this advanced information and be able to prepare yourself better.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely true. And I would rather be more prepared than just kind of thrown in, you know.
Yeah, me too.
That's what we should do. We should start up a chat for managed payments, Sally.
Or what for managed payments?
We should start up a chat for managed payments
What do you mean a
for
chat?
eBay managed payments. Just like a chat group.
Oh,
We can share information.
Yeah,
yeah, we could do that.
because I'm sure there's like I said, there's betas, people that have been doing the beta part of
Mhm.
it, and and it's been going on for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
That people have already been doing it, and who is it? It's
You mean like a messenger group?
yeah.
Oh,
Um, who is it? Teresa Cox is one of the ones that, I mean,
yeah.
she has a lot of inside information. She works very closely with eBay, so, and she's been on managed payments for, I think she started with the beta, so she's been on for a year and a half, 2 years. So she's one of the people that probably
Yeah.
have a very good insight on what's going on. I know that she did say in one of her, I think she was on Katie and Katie and Vicky's show
She will.
one time,
Yeah. She had like great information there.
and she she's 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 she loves her numbers. She does say that kind of going through the whole um, what's sold and what's been paid for, and what has been sent through the system and all that. She does say that that's kind of a whole different animal type of thing, but look what we do every day. I'm sure we can handle it, you know.
But there was a part of that time to where they weren't accepting PayPal as a payment. And she thought that her numbers were going to go down, and they actually didn't. So that's good.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people too now pay through PayPal without even having a PayPal account. You know what I mean? So I think people are used to using their credit cards online. They're used to using their Apple
Sure.
Pay.
Sure.
I was more concerned with the global shipping thing, but that's been my biggest concern was my GoDaddy bookkeeping software wasn't compatible. So
Mhm.
once I realized that was compatible, I was fine. That's when I went and registered. I do not have the
I'm
booklet.
sure it'll have some bugs and glitches in it when it's fully functional and out of beta stage and all that, but everything does.
Sure. Sure.
We just have to work through it like we did all the other stuff.
I
Mhm.
mean, we've gotten through that,
I mean, at one
Sometimes,
time, PayPal was a new thing. We all managed to get through that.
yep.
Yeah,
I think it'll be good. I'm excited for it.
I am too.
I'm
I'm
kind of
really
looking
looking forward
forward
to it.
to it. After reading up on it and
Yep.
stuff and hearing what others have said, it's like it's not as bad as it sounds.
No,
So
I
it's
think
scary because it's something new and it's a
sure.
change, and nobody really likes change because they get so set in the way they do things. But in order to grow a business, you have to adapt to what's going on around you, or you're not going nowhere.
Right.
So, and eBay's doing the same thing,
Yeah.
Or like, oh, they're trying to be like Amazon. No, they're just adapting to the situations at hand.
Yeah.
They can't be the old eBay anymore. They have to look for ways to grow that business so we can grow ours.
Right.
I love the fact that on all the other platforms, really, right? When you get your money, it's the fees are taken out of it.
Yeah.
So you know that's your money.
Yeah.
I love that part of it. So
Mm-hmm.
I hate not I don't hate, but you transfer your money out of PayPal and you think, well, I got all this money, and then you have that big fat eBay bill. So the only thing that'll be billed at the end of the month, from what I understand, is your store fee
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
or listing fees, which if you have a store, you don't have. So for me, that's a big plus. I know, like for Amazon, when that money goes into my account, it's all my money. I don't have to worry about any more fees out of it.
Right. Yeah.
Looks like I'm gonna keep my PayPal account and then just transfer my store fee. Your store subscription. Make sure there's money in there for that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. I'll probably ditch my PayPal account.
But I like the fact that that's how I pay my store subscription fee is through my PayPal. So
Oh, okay. I pay mine through my rewards credit card. So that'll just continue.
Dougie, what are you? Get down from there. Get down. Go.
What does that say?
My sister texted me this morning. She said margaritas poolside this evening. I'm like, okay.
See?
Sounds good to me. I'm ready.
Oh, we got that bath back there. We got it hooked up and everything and filled up. And there's leaks.
Oh
Let's get some
no.
Flex Seal. Get that Flex Seal
Huh?
caulking stuff. It'll seal it. You can even use that underwater.
Well, they say that, but I don't know if it's true or not.
I mean, I use it for a lot of stuff. I
Do
sealed
you?
Yeah.
I sealed stuff over there where there was like one of the seams on the side was leaking. I don't know if a limb hit it or what, but it's not leaking no more.
Yeah.
because it
Well,
was
I told
leaking.
Brandon, I said, if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna get a freaking little pool or something and put it in the front and or the back or whatever. And
I would love one of those inflatable hot tubs.
me too.
I want one of those so bad. I'd put it on my back porch. I would
Those
love
are
to
Almost
have
ten
one of
nice.
bucks,
those.
I think. Almost
Those are
10.
really nice.
Uh-huh. Because then you can take it down when you're not using it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
how much wine leaked out?
Yeah, she kept telling me that I was filling it with wine.
Oh my gosh.
1190724.
Yeah. I think we just have to be patient with the managed payments, but I mean, like I said, I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a good thing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I
Good,
think it
good
shows
vibes.
that I think it shows that eBay is taking more control over, what they're doing rather than a third party type. Because
Mhm.
it seems like when you had an issue, say you had an issue with a buyer, say eBay declined their reason for return or whatever, well, they can just go to PayPal and do a chargeback and get
Right.
their money back and keep the item.
Right.
So you're out both. Now eBay's kind of, now that they're separating from all that, not have to worry about PayPal and all that. It's just like, hey. So it's more like if they're protecting us a little bit more than they
Yeah.
were.
They're a
I
little
mean,
more
in my opinion.
seller friendly,
Yeah.
you know. Um,
And they
Hey,
need
Jim
to do
Coon
that
Cat.
because without the sellers, they have no business.
right.
So I mean, yeah, you got all the Japanese ones that in China that put things on for pennies on the dollar, but that only goes so far.
Yep. Hey, Jim Coon Cat.
That's what I
How you
said.
doing? Haven't seen you
Wow.
in a coon's age.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing good. You hanging in there? Oh, but we'll get it all. We'll get it all taken care of. That's why I said, that a chat may not be a bad idea for that, and that way we can kind of, you know, uh, how would you say it? Put our heads together, and if anybody's having a problem or issue or something, maybe somebody else has had that same issue, and we can.
Yeah, and then we could
Help
share it
them
on
out.
here too.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let me look for this.
He just got his first pallet shipment off to FBA. He's nervous.
Awesome.
A pallet? Holy mackerel!
What happened?
Jim Coon Cat just
Oh,
shipped his
wow.
first pallet to FBA. That's great, though.
Yeah.
Get all that stuff in there. That's like I was telling Maggie. That's the great thing about FBA is you get it, you process it, and you ship it off, and
And then you
it's not sitting in your inventory. It's sitting someplace else.
so let the money roll in.
Mhm.
Well, everybody's gonna be taken off of PayPal and switch to managed payments in July.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know that it's everybody.
Really?
Uh-uh. I think they have until the end. I think they're planning on having everybody switched over by the end of the year. But they're pushing
Mm.
they're pushing the 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 move to managed payments. They're encouraging it, but I think if there's some people that are holding out, I think
Well,
and that there is. And I don't from what I've heard
it's like what Todd was saying about that coin place
Mhm.
on eBay. They were giving them until like November or something.
Yeah, it's like
They were
November next year.
only people who certain people who's, yeah, only not everybody who sells coins and things. Only certain sellers whose those things make up the bulk of their listings.
Right.
that
That
have
was
that top store, I think.
That have the top store. I understood that everybody else was going to go in at the end of July, whether you wanted to or not. But I could be wrong.
no, I think there's still you know, if you haven't opted into that, you know, I mean they have to do some kind of a, you know, kind of a slow
Yeah.
open to it so they
So
can get.
by the end of 2020, you're thinking,
I'm
Valerie,
thinking by the end of 2020, everyone
everyone will be in.
will be in managed payments. But I could be wrong. I mean, there's definitely
Well, they're not exactly forthcoming. They're not exactly
right.
transparent about the whole thing.
Right. I know that they wanted to get and that's why they were sending out the emails and, you know, sending out information about managed payments and everything, because they're trying to encourage you to do it on your own rather than be forced, I think, you know, because nobody wants to be forced to do something.
Right.
So Jim Cooncat says, I don't even have an eBay store anymore since I opened my wife's website. Well, that's good. Rita says they don't want everyone to do it at the same time. It would be so much, or it'd be too much, so they don't want people to do it as soon as possible. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Jim and Tara says my main is being put in at the end of July, and the small store I didn't get asked yet.
Oh.
So I'm gathering that it'll probably be the end of the year. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. And in between that end of July and the end of the year, that's when they're going to start, you know, encouraging and pushing, because I'm sure there's a deadline, and by this deadline, nobody's going to be in PayPal, and everybody's going to be in management. So, and you know, I mean, I was the same. I was the same person. Like I fought it. I was like, nope, not doing it, not doing it. Nope, 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 nope. But you know, then I started looking at the potential of it and the positives of it, and it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Adam says we start to turn a corner and ramp much more quickly this summer, and we still expect to be largely complete with migrating our entire seller base as we exit 2021. Okay. That was Alyssa Cutright, the Vice President of Global Payments.
Oh.
Said eBay is continuing to ramp managed payments in the U.S. and Germany, and has begun launching it in the UK, Australia, and Canada. She told developers it's a great improved experience for eBay sellers, and it offers a streamlined experience.
Hi, Adam.
You know, it can't hurt. You know, Jim. With this game, you almost got to learn how to jump in with both feet and just see what happens. But I know that can be hard sometimes.
Sink or swim.
Yeah, that's it. You know, and I mean, it's sad to say, but I think there's a lot of people that either aren't going to grasp it or they're not going to want to do the change, and so they're just going to close everything down. So we may see a, or eBay may see a decrease in I cannot talk, in eBay, uh, stores and accounts, because I'm sure that there's going to be people that are going to fight it. Yeah, it'll be okay. I'm sure that'll be one of our many topics after it changes over. So
Yeah. And there's going to be a lot of people with questions. There's going to be, a lot of people confusion and
issues,
yeah, it's just
you know.
go with the flow. Just got to learn it together.
Yeah, lots of screen sharing.
And I mean, it's lots of yeah. It's basically eBay gets paid. They take their cut. They send you the rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then you choose whether you want it. Was it daily or weekly or bi-weekly or however you want it? I
Daily
want
or
mine
weekly,
daily.
you get it. Yeah.
It's like send it daily. I don't care if it's $5. I want
yeah.
it.
I'd
Well,
rather
probably,
it be in my bank than somebody else's
Yeah,
bank.
to where you're drawing, and with it being in your bank, you're drawing interest on that,
Sure.
as long as it sits there. So it's better this way because you're making money on the money that you're making. So in the long run, the way I look at it, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
I
win-win
would
for me.
probably do weekly
Yeah,
because they're going to take your shipping out of that. So
yeah, that does. Yeah, weekly sounds good.
I'm gonna try to do. Well, I'm gonna try to do weekly. Whenever I was watching that thing on Katie and Vicky's show with
Mhm.
um, that lady.
I think that's the only
Teresa.
thing that confuses me is the shipping part of it. I mean, is it you're still doing eBay shipping just like normal, but where are they taking the money from the sale for
they're
you to go
taking the
towards your
money.
labels?
They're taking the money from your balance. So, and if you have no balance, it just puts your balance in a negative, and
Uh-huh.
then your other sales coming in will fill you back up again.
Right.
So it's not being pulled from PayPal.
No,
Like
Mm-mm.
it, okay. So I don't have to leave money in there for shipping purposes. It's can
you
be
don't
for
have to leave
whatever.
money in there for shipping purposes because
Okay.
they'll,
Okay.
if they,
That's where I was getting a little confused.
yeah, if they did a sweep and took you down to zero, and then you had some sales, because your sales, the money doesn't actually hit for, I think it's 48 hours after you confirm the shipment.
Hmm.
So you would pay $3 for a shipping label. So your balance would be a -3.
And
But
then they
then,
just take that when the money goes in.
and then when the money goes in,
Yep.
it just
Okay.
about averages itself out.
So it's basically business as usual.
Mhm.
And then once everything hits where it's supposed to go, they take out their part, and
Yep.
whatever's left, you get.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, that's where I was getting a little confused because I thought they were still going to use PayPal, or that you could still use PayPal for your shipping.
You
So
can use, I believe you can still use PayPal for your shipping, but I don't think it'll be integrated the way it is now. I don't think you can go through eBay and choose. I think you could go to PayPal if you have a
right,
balance and do your shipping there, but it's not going to be like click here and
like
go there.
like right for now, it's like I
Yeah.
go strictly eBay, and it pulls the funds from my PayPal to
Mhm.
pay for my
Right.
label.
I
So I won't have to worry about
I don't
that
think that will
anymore.
happen anymore.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Good,
I might go over
that's
to
fine.
Pirate Ship and use my rewards credit card to do all my shipping and get the rewards on it. That's what I'm thinking. But I get, because I'm top rated plus, I think I get really, my shipping is pretty good. My
Yeah.
shipping rates are good. Um,
Yeah.
so I'll have to see. I'll have to do some experimentation.
I think it is going to be more streamlined
Mhm.
than what it
Hmm.
is now, and I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be. It's just going to make that process even easier.
I think so too.
Um. So I think it'll be a good thing. Well, it's 10 o'clock. You know
Oh,
what that
Lord.
means. Time to get to work.
Yep.
Work.
Time to get some work done.
Work, work, work,
Give me
work,
10
work.
more minutes,
You gotta
mommy.
work, 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 work.
What?
He said, mommy, can I have 10 more minutes?
Yeah, time to get to work. I got to get some stuff listed.
Yep,
So-
I gotta get some stuff packed.
Yeah, I got to do that too. But packing, shipping, and then listing.
Got packing, shipping, and then testing DVDs and cleaning them. I've got about a couple hundred sitting behind me to work through. So.
Oh man. Oh man.
So,
All right, guys.
Yep.
Everybody have a great weekend. Get some good sales, and we'll see you all on Monday.
And I'll have a margarita for you all later.
Thank you,
you.
Lori.
I'll be
So
I'll
kind
be
of
waiting
you.
for the drunkenness.
So I will see you all later. I got a doggy staring at me.